champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. The ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night.
I want to take this moment to thank ESL India.
We're going to wreck them.
Gets dashed up twice, doesn't have the lead, is just getting controlled by the nether bashes one after the other. One snacks his back with the back in the wall with ice path on top of it.
Real quick with the 3v2, all of a sudden an ace star, an ace going huge. One man remaining, Caribou finds ace, so now it's a 1v1. Ace Kelly reading it fine, does a lot of damage. Is he going to get the kill? Caribou, no! He lands the headshot.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your cosmic champions for ESL India Premiership.
turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Triple kill! Godlike! Ultra kill! Rampage!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership. I welcome you all. 6:30 p.m. means it's time for a daily dose of the ESL India Premiership 2017 fall season, brought to you by Omen, by HP, HyperX and Zavi, by BenQ and organized by Nordbin Gaming. I'm your host for ESL India, Vagish Gotslebhan, and today, in today's live stream, we have the usual set of games. We have the Best of 5 Clash Royale, we have Dota 2, we have Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But before we head off straight ahead into the Best of 5 Clash Royale, let's quickly take a look at the league standings so far. Alright, talking about the current league standings, Mrinmoy Lakhar stands in the first position with 9 points to his name out of the 3 matches played. Hasib Iqbal Nasir with 5 matches played, 9 points secured, 2 matches as losses. Now Ruben Dikuna is having a clean run this time around, 6 points out of the 2 matches played, and Deepak Mehudi has got 6 points out of the 3 matches played, only 1 loss registered in the 3 matches. Now Jimit Bhatt is having a mixed bag of runs here because he's got 6 points out of the 4 matches played, 2 wins, 2 losses, and Arpan Christian has got 3 points out of the 3 matches played, out of which 1 is a win and 2 are losses. And so does Devil's Twin. Same score, literally 3 points out of the 3 matches played, 1 win, 2 losses. Now Acrid, our summer season second place winner, has got 0 points so far. He's got 0 points out of the 5 matches played because he's lost all 5 matches. Well, that's pretty much the Masters League current standings for you. But let's take a look at the players having a showdown. We have Arpan Christian and Mrinmoy Lakhar having a go against each other today. So let's quickly take a look at those. Now, talking about Arpan, he's a +2 student from Surat and he began his ESL India Premiership 2017 Clash Royale Challenger League journey in the summer season. Strong performance in May made him go on to the Master League, and from there he amazed everyone and took home the winner's trophy last month in July. Earlier this month in July. And in the fall season, the player has managed to win only 1 game until now, and we wonder if he'll be able to register a win today. Mrinmoy Lakhar from Guwahati, he's a top player in the Indian Clash Royale scene. He won the 2016 Masters of ESL India Premiership and did not enjoy a good run of the summer season. But he did attend the summer season finale in Mumbai, but failed to make a big effect there. He's already began his fall season July session on a strong note, already played 3 games, and managed to win all 3 of them. So will Mrinmoy Lakhar prevail, or will Arpan Christian take home this game? We'll get to know soon when these both fellows clash.
Champion. on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. I'm ready to love. We're the champions of the night. I'm ready to champions of the night. Cold light falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. I'm ready to champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership's daily stream. Day 11. And Mrin, who was the 2016 champion, and Arpan, who was the last finale champion.
The battle of the champions, man. I am super excited for this game.
This might be one of the few games that might go the actual full 5-3-2 victory style of games. You know, this might be exciting. And as soon as I said exciting, right, I realized that we are 25 seconds into the game, and that's when the first card has been played by Mrin.
So that's the Royal Guards, which have come up, avoiding spell to back out the Royal Guards. Now we have our
Baby Dragon coming out. Okay, looks like comparing the card decks that we've seen right now, looks like Arpan might actually win this one because, you know, P.E.K.K.A versus P.E.K.K.A, but Arpan has the Graveyard and Poison combo, which is really, really powerful against what Mrin is using for now. But then again, we haven't seen all the cards, and this might just turn out to be a complete mirror matchup, which is unlikely because a Ram deck wouldn't have skeletal cards. Oh, Fireball coming out. Manages to clip both the P.E.K.K.A and the Night Witch, but misses the tower, I think. It did miss the tower, correct? So those bats are doing some damage, but
Pekka's gonna tank for the graveyard there.
no, I think the baby dragon's gonna kill it. Pretty sure the baby
But
dragon.
it could just hit.
One shot.
it-
Oh. No.
Oh, it's really bad.
It really doesn't matter. Though. Did do quite a bit of damage to the tower. And the Skeletal Guards managed to distract the baby dragon enough for both towers to hit it and destroy it. And looking, we're about to enter double elixir time, and looks like Arpan is in the lead when you consider tower HP. But is that enough to convert into a victory?
Seems like it, man. Like there's always things like when we hit double elixir time, there's always the chance of making that error. You know, you are under pressure and you have that that rush that you need to make that decision quick.
And like one wrong movement of the finger and it's all over. That sounds really sexual, I'm sorry. Okay, so Pekka versus Pekka on the right lane.
But with a night vision back, so both of them have a night vision.
The difference is Arpan has Skeletal Guards and he was doing a lot of damage. Just look at that. Yeah, that poison did quite a bit of work. So even this Pekka is not going to make it to the tower. The Evis has managed to take care of the baby dragon, but oh wow. Do you really agree with the placement of the Night Witch?
I mean, it was a fair replacement. So it really evened out the balance between the two sides. The double elixir coming for each other, and since Arpan had the electros of batting, he managed to make a better play. The electros managed to reach the tower and he got a fair
bit of damage on the tower. So that poison did manage to kill Grinz. So Arpan is basically in the lead when you consider elixir consumption. We are in overtime and Mrin only has 845 HP left on his tower, and this might just be, what do you think? I think, yeah, there you go, graveyard. Pretty sure the poison is going to follow pretty soon. Oh, wow. Look at that, it's gone, it's gone. Wow. Mrin had nothing to defend against the graveyard. I guess that's it for game number 1. Congratulations to Arpan Christian.
So the card of the game was the graveyard.
Managed to do a lot of damage, man. It practically did almost all half the tower's damage.
Almost practically all, man.
So while we wait for the second game time and give a shout out to our sponsors, we have Zoe by BenQ, we have Omen by HP and HyperX. The ESL India Premiership wouldn't be coming to you without their support, and us folks at Not Been Gaming are happy to bring it to you every day, same time, 6:30.
I was waiting for me to say, that's us.
That's us. That's your turn, I guess. So we are heading into the second game now. And there we go. So quick guess, let's do it. Mrin has shifted into a 3 Musketeer based, while it looks like Arpan has wanted to use the same gun he used last game.
I've fairly been seeing the 3 Musketeer along with the Battle Ram combo.
With a heal deck, no less.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite cards. It's a really good defense against the only deck that does beat this deck is any deck with a lightning.
Even now, a poison spell can actually go, shift the battle in the enemy's favor. Like if he's able to time out the poison spell properly.
I don't know. So I feel like because of the elixir character, right? I am quite okay. Wow. See, there we go. The poison is basically doing nothing. He had to use a log, the poison, and the night witch to clear out that, and that's a lot of elixir spent just to take care of 2 musketeers. So that extra spending, right? It builds up over time, and he just gets overwhelmed. The person using the 3 musketeers always almost is on the winning side, because as soon as he enters double elixir, that's it. End of story.
The game is the person who wins the game is the one who's better able to manage the
better trades.
Like the 3 Musketeers are a very heavy elixir card, like 9 elixir you're using, and the opponent has to figure out a way to take down that economy really quick.
And try for a positive trade, no less. And especially when you split the musketeers this way, right? It's really positive trade-off. But I know I've said 3 musketeers with a heat text like this, but just look at the game, what's happening. Mrin's own tower is at 1595 HP, while Arpan's tower is practically untouched. Will that Tucker get a couple of hits off? 1, 2. Oh, wow. Just barely missed it. Barely missed it.
Gets a hit. Adelan reaches the tower, does a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, but then again, you have to look. It does do damage, but look at the amount of elixir coming down on the right. Poison, Fuse Case are going. Oh, he doesn't have a heal. Those Master Case are going down. 200 HP, 179. So 20 seconds left. I'm sure Arpan can back into a poison and get that tower, but first he has to defend this. Oh, okay. So that tower might go down too. It will definitely go down. That heal was on the spot right there. Oh, this might just turn out to be a 3-count victory. Oh, then 1 second left and he manages to bring the tower down. That is some exciting cutting edge level stuff. And Mrin has taken that time to put down his own elixir character and he's preparing to, like I said, overwhelm Arpan with his 3 musketeers.
But like, to be fair, this was bad on Mrin. He actually had the game. Arpan had the game. He ignored the push that was coming to Arpan's side on the right, and he instead focused on taking the tower, which cost him the game. But I think something on
True. You are right. But Mrin might just have the game back again. He has managed to make his musketeers survive through poison, through the log, and now one of them is surviving through the P.E.K.K.A, and that one is enough to do quite a bit of damage. Just look at that. All he has to do is bring down the 270 HP somehow. I'm sure he has the arrows, he has the dragon, he has the light. He should be able to do it. Oh yeah. And he wins it in a spectacular fashion. Contact with the battle ram. That is some amazing stuff. So right now, because the score is at 1-1, tying it up, and shortly we'll be heading into game 3. So tell me, how exciting is it to watch 3 Musketeers, right? Such clutch plays. You have to place the heal at the right time in the right position, because it is possible to push the Musketeers out of the heal with a log. It is possible to kill them instantly. You have to outcycle the opponent. Looks like we are ready for game 3 and we're heading into. And there we go.
This is Mrin versus Arpan. Both of them champions.
Champions in the
LAN events, man. And like we've seen accurate play out here. He is the runner-up. Right now, he's underperforming, and he's
he lost 4-0 to Arpan in Mumbai, and he lost 3-0 to Arpan again a couple of days ago. I don't know what is happening with him, man. But you know what? I really like him because he uses different decks, right? He uses decks that we don't usually see in the Premiership.
That's what really happened at the event. He surprised his opponents with his play style, and they never expected this of him because they hadn't played with him before.
True. So this is a little bit different. So I guess that's what. Up until now, Mrin was on the bottom of this game. Now Arpan is on the bottom. Now Arpan has switched to the 3 Musketeer game. Will he repeat the same story that Mrin has done, or is something different going to happen?
I mean, it could happen. Mrin has changed his deck because I think he kind of expected that Arpan would be. So 3 Musketeer along with the battle ram is in meta right now.
Just one moment, folks, while I tell my. So again, so far, what has happened is 3 Musketeers split them 2-1. The one on the left went uncontested and brought down the tower to 1654, and now the ram on the right has brought the tower to 895 HP. This is some amazing gameplay coming out from Arpan. I wouldn't say Arpan outdrafted Mrin because Mrin has the zap and fireball to kill 3 Musketeers instantly, but again, he has to manage to kill all 3 in one go.
I mean, you have to make that decision. There's 2 Musketeers on the right and 1 Musketeer. All your effort on the
Musketeers
lane with 2 Musketeers.
So last minute, we are entering double elixir, and we are going to patiently wait until the P.E.K.K.A.s meet each other and start backing away before we say it. So he fireballs is that I'm going to make contact? Yes, it does. It does make contact, but that enough to bring the tower down.
As mentioned, like you actually use the lane that you're pushing along the one musketeer. That's why you use your battle gun.
Yes. So 895 HP left. 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't think Mrin will be able to bring this back up.
I think that this was a good from the
I can do this better.
I'll show you the way it's done.
Yes. And this is the way it's supposed to be done, I guess. 2-1-0 and again, Arpan takes the second game from Mrin. Like, this is how you win. Okay, so 2-1 in favor of Arpan right now. We're quickly heading into the fourth game and what might be the last game of today. Let's hope it isn't. Let's hope we get a full 5-member game.
I always love 3 to score lines.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. This is happening quite quickly today, huh? We are jumping from game to game quickly. It's not even like 6:55. This is fun. Quickly cashing from game to game. Okay, looks like Arpan has shifted to a Lava Loon deck while Mrin is in a Hawk Cycle deck. Okay, so is this the first time we're seeing a Lava Loon deck in Premiership Masters?
This could be the first time.
Not on stream anyway, I guess. And Hawk Cycle, no, Acrid did use a Hawk Bridge Spam deck earlier. So what's the trick here? How does Mrin hope to defend against the Lava Loon with this deck? Rocket?
Depends, like we haven't seen the last card. If he has an aerial unit which can do that damage, because the rocket can take down a fair amount of the lava hound HP. It's still quite possible because as you see, Arpan right now has quite a lot of aerial damage on his side, and Mrin he has a low spell and a hog rider, which basically would ignore everything with Arpan. You can have a rush coming in from the side.
True. So second Eve is coming out from Mrin, manages to stop the push without taking much damage out of the tower. So far it looks pretty even, man. Arpan is just waiting for the last minute of double elixir time to start double popping. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a game in Arpan's favor, man. The kind of it's completely outdrafted.
Especially now, yeah, true. Mrin doesn't really have anything to stop a Lava Loon push. And
he just has, the balloon and the lava hound. They go for the defensive units, and he has just one unit that is
a building, yeah.
That's one building, and that too has a very low HP count.
Yeah, it does like 3 hits from the lava hound and 1 hit from the balloon. Not really something that's super dependable. He has to find a way to hit. Oh wow, look at that well-placed fireball right there. Takes care of both the... looks like we might be seeing one of the final pushes coming down the right lane. We're going to see a lava... Yeah, there we go. Look at how tanky that lava hound is, man. There's a tower hitting it, there's the eagles, there's a princess, but it still hasn't died.
That's what happened to the lava hound. He is tanky, but the way he attacks, his attacks are quite slow
and very low damage.
Very good. So you can actually, if your opponent is pushing down the right, then you can put more pressure on the left lane, because the lava hound, while it takes time to reach, you can take down some FPS at the end.
Split your damage.
Put pressure on it.
So Mrin has opted to using his rock take care of the balloon. Like he used the same tactic last game too. And overtime it is 3 minutes left. Are we going to see somebody win, or are we style 3-minute difference? Memories. Are we going to see a fireball coming down to kill? No, the minions are going to take care of it. But okay, again, nothing has contested the lava hound so far. It's going to do a lot of damage to the tower. I think it's going to kill the tower by
uncontested.
Yes. that fireball is going to help. Rocket takes care of the balloon, but then again, those little lava pups are going to keep Arpan the game and the series.
Do they have a word actually? These pups.
Lava pups, right?
They're lava pups.
Yeah. Hound, dog, baby pup, lava puppy.
I love the wordplay here.
So yeah, congratulations Arpan for your 3-1 victory right there. And Mrin, golden boy no more, huh? What do you say?
The year 2017 year, it's a new year, man. New meta, new year. We can expect. So like maybe some of these guys here joined the league because of Mrin, because he won and he was representing and he won all these things. To give him a fair fight, we got this.
Yeah, true. So I guess now it's time to show what they've got. So I guess you guys saw the leaderboard over there. If we could have it back on screen just once more time. There we go. Yeah. So looks like wow. So Mrin and Hasib are tied for first place. So Hasib has lost 2 matches. He's played 5 and lost 2 matches, but Mrin has lost only 1 and has managed to score 9 points. And we have Ruben, Mehudi, Arpan, and Jimit tied for 6 points each. Devil's Twin he has only won 1 game out of the 3 matches that he's played. He's at 3 points. And Acrid, wow, the guy who whirlwinded his way into the ESL Premiership manages to win his way convincingly into the finale of the LAN event. Now he's at 0 matches won. This is out of this world, man. I hope. Okay, so this is some real drama right here, and I hope this continues because this is some really fun gameplay right there. And as for everybody else who's watching, thank you guys for watching. But please stay tuned. We have some CS:GO action coming up. Action. So stay tuned.
You have to say something about Arpan, very special friends.
Okay, so I just, like Rishabh has said, I just want to say a couple of words about those names you see right there on the screen. I'm not talking about the players, ladies and gentlemen. We see Omen by HP, Zoe by BenQ, and HyperX, our sponsors who help us at Nordwind Gaming make this all possible. So big shout out to them. And as far as the rest of you goes, so stay tuned. Like I said, there's some CS:GO and some Dota 2 action coming up. This has been fun. This is Manoj Supergola casting with Rishabh Bagatbilla Vora. So bye-bye. Take it away, Vagish.
Cold light falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, everybody joining us on either the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership 2017. I welcome you all once again. Slightly late if you've joined us just about now, but still better than not absolutely being here. Well, this is another day of live stream, which is brought, the entirety of which has been brought to you by ESL India Premiership 2017, along with Omen by HP, HyperX, Zawi by BenQ, and organized by Northern Gaming. Now, what we just witnessed in the best of 5 Clash Royale was Arpan Christian winning there, 3-1 to his name. And now moving ahead, we have a very intense game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive lined up. So let's quickly take a look at the standings first before we head off into both the opposition parties. Alright, talking about the current standings in the Master League, Risky Gaming leading Roost with 12 points to their name out of the 4 matches played, whereas Eternal Esports is 9 points, second place, 5 matches played, 2 losses, 3 wins. Whereas the same story is with Entity Gaming, 9 points, 5 matches played, 2 losses, 3 wins. Now, Brutality is a different story. They have been toppled from the 3rd position and they come to the 4th position. 6 points to their name, 3 matches played and 1 loss and 2 victories. Semperex, on the other hand, has 6 points, 4 matches played, 2 wins, 2 losses, whereas Scorchers have got 6 points, 5 matches played, 2 wins, 3 losses. Now, Shooting Monkeys, on the other hand, has got 3 points out of the 4 matches they've played. They've only managed to win 1 out of those 4, whereas GMD Gaming has managed to lose 5 matches out of the 6 they've played and managed to only get 3 points out of the entirety of it. Now, moving ahead, a little bit about the players today, Entity Gaming and Shooting Monkeys. Talking about Entity Gaming, well, they're based out of Mumbai and one of the top CSGO teams in the country, and they're made up of former members of Team Invictus, Invisible Wings, Brutality, and Semperex. The team was quite consistent in the summer season, but couldn't make the cut there. They lost out to Risky Gaming from UAE in the grand finale and had to settle for the 2nd place. Now, this time around, they have a significant roster change because the main player, Sai, is not playing. He has got CTS, so basically he's been replaced by Hunter for the time being, and Hunter played for Semperex, for those who do not know. Now, Hunter is a very talented player and a perfect substitute for Sai, and the team has played 4 games until now and have only dropped 1 match so far. So will they prevail or will they not? We'll get to know once when the opposition. Shooting Monkeys from Mumbai, another team, a renegade and rising team in the Indian CSGO scene. They hold a lot of promise, and they were knocked out by erstwhile Day to Dream in the lower bracket of the CSGO tournament at the summer season land finale, and they recently added Raju Poker F Jittu to their roster. Unfortunately, their player Swapnil Markelon Mahajan has left and joined the roster of Team Semperex. Now, they've already played 4 matches, managed to register only 1 single victory out of that. So, will Shooting Monkeys be able to make a dent in today's game, or will Entity Gaming prevail? We'll get to know as and when our caster takes through the game.
One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. Champions of the night, I'm ready to falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long way we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the evening again where we just sit back, relax, and enjoy some quality Counter-Strike. Today's game is going to be played between Shooting Monkeys and Entity Esports. Now, Entity Gaming or Entity Esports. So, Entity just won the knife round, and they're going to be starting on the CT side. The map is going to be Train. CT side, the more heavily favored side on Train. So, yeah, winning the knife round is always going to be crucial on a map such as this one. And Shooting Monkeys, they look like a very different side from the one I remember casting at the Summer Phase final. Well, with the departure of Forsaken and Markelon, they have managed to pick up Anakil and Falcon. Falcon from erstwhile Team Wolf, if I'm not mistaken. And Anakil is a pretty new entity. I have never seen him or her play. So this is going to be exciting. I have been away for quite a while, if you would have noticed. But yeah, I am back. So with me returns the cringe. So let's go. Game is going to go live. The pistol round in about 15 seconds. And so far, we have Anakil picking up the armor instantly, also going with the decoy. Everyone else, oh, they've opted for a timeout. That is curious. Let me just check if it's a technical or a tactical one. Seems to be a tactical timeout. I think it would should be either a tactical or the technical one, because so Hellranger from Dare to Dream, or erstwhile Dare to Dream, now I think they're called Eternal Esports. So much has changed in the past 2 weeks. Well, he is notorious for taking these tactical timeouts just before the pistol round, and then he'll run the most ridiculous pistol that you will see coming out from an Indian team. I personally feel that Hell's Pistols are possibly one of the best in the country. Although, yeah, that team does suffer from the choke syndrome that Astralis was prone to in the past. Not comparing the two teams in terms of quality, just this one facet. They are pretty prone to choking at crucial points in the match. Anyway, pistol rounds, though, is their bread and butter. Eternal Esports. So, like to see Entity playing with Hunter as a stand-in. I think he is going to be standing in for Sai, who is going to be taking, at least a month or two off to undergo treatment for carpal tunnel syndrome for his right wrist. It was diagnosed, I think, just before the Masters finals, the Masters LAN, and the boy was in considerable pain, and he still soldiered through that LAN final like a boss, and hats off to him. Much respect, my friend. Much respect. But yeah, so the Indian CSGO landscape has changed quite a bit. In fact, it's not just the Indian CSGO landscape. Changes are aplenty all over. So recently, like today in the morning, news has just come in that Guardian is going to be leaving Navi. He's on his way out of Navi and will make his way to FaZe, where Alu will be making an exit. Huge changes all over. And Seized is going to be most likely going to be joining Gambit. Seized and Zeus have been a very good duo in the past throughout. While Zeus was leading Navi, Seized was a force to be reckoned with. So, like I said, changes aplenty abound everywhere, not just in the Indian scene. And exciting times ahead for Counter-Strike in general. Alrighty. So, Ace gonna head over to Ivy. And we have a very early aggressive push coming out by A-Star. This can catch... Oh, but AK Cerebro ready there, ready for the aggression, and instantly punished there. A-Star losing his head a bit too quickly, but there's Ruby fighting two quick heads. That's the man advantage, instantly neutralized. And now it's a 3v4. And all Entity need to do here is be patient, but Falcon is going to get that bomb down, but will he oh, Ruby, a bit too early on the trigger there, does fall, but there's Ace and Hunter picking up two quick kills, leaving Spy all alone in a 1v3. Gets one, the smoke's down, and that's it. The Hunter is going to be sticking that defuse in the smoke, no problem whatsoever. And Entity with the first pistol round. Good start for Entity. So Shooting Monkeys had the right idea, expecting A-Star to go for that aggressive play, and just holding the line, waiting for that aggression to come, getting that early pick. But unfortunately, after that, Ribby just hitting two nutty shots right off the bat, and kind of tilting the favor back in, tilting the round back in the favor of Entity Gaming. All right, so scores are 1-0, and we have two SMGs, one from Mars and two M4s out on Entity Gaming. While, well, it's obvious Shooting Monkeys will be going for that hard eco. And oh, Excali, little bit of a mishap with that smoke. And a lot of upper presence. A-Star just going to be lurking right under Pop Dog. And look at the read coming in from Entity. There's two players who've already rotated over towards inner. They're going to be walking into a meat grinder if Shooting Monkeys decide to go in right now. All they have to work with is a flash and 4 P250s and a Tech 9. This is going to get ugly. And Excali playing by the barrels. And Spy is okay, and a kill. Just goombard Excali there, landing on his head and taking it clean off. Somehow it's down to a 3v3. Oh, the bomb plant. Oh, it'll go down. That's going to mean extra money in the bank. Bomb has gone down. And now it's just a straight up retake. AK Cerebro making a ton of noise. Ace hears it, is ready, turns around, and ends AK Cerebro. But Shooting Monkeys achieving what they set out to do with this round. Getting the bomb plant down, that means extra money going into this round. That means they can have the AK-47s, the armor, and all the utility they want to play with. That can really stretch out Entity's economy. And moreover, they get 2 bonus kills. That was not on the cards for Entity Gaming. Should have tried their best to keep as many players alive. And 2 guns right now, losing 2 guns is not going to do their economy any favors. As you can see right now, well. They're going to have a bit of a trouble buying into the next round if they do lose. And Excali out aggressive, but that perfect counter flash is going to force him back. And he is going to do the smart thing. Falls back, but not all the way. He's going to be holding a rather aggressive angle, but since no one pushed him, he goes back. Lives to fight another day. Alrighty. Hunter. And Spy. This proverbial dance at Ivy. This is one of the most iconic positions in Counter-Strike and one of the harder positions to play, in my opinion. Oh, Hunter does get spotted out, but not even taking a lick of damage, making his way out of there. Does get relay the information that there's at least one player over towards Ivy, and also gains the information on the armaments, and they would have expected them to have AK-47s. Oh, that might just be a cheeky one-way smoke for Hunter, but Hunter not gonna take a risk, and he's gonna get boosted up onto the box over towards Ivy. This can end badly for Shooting Monkeys, who have taken their time. It's 30 seconds left on the clock. They have to hit a bomb site now. The clock is ticking, tick-tock. They need to make a move, and it looks like it's gonna be a play towards the outer bomb site. It's gonna be a wraparound. One player coming in from Pop Dog and 3 players streaming in from Teammate and 1 player over from Ivy. Falcon not checking. Oh my god, they're just getting ripped apart, and all of a sudden Falcon finding himself in a two. Oh wow, Cerebro and Falcon getting 2 quick kills, but Excali, little bit of a whiff there on the spray, but does redeem himself, getting the kill, and Hunter standing tall there with a double kill. That Shooting Monkeys kind of overplaying themselves, just waiting too much, not really using the utility to their advantage. They had, I think, 3 smokes remaining towards the end of that round. They could have easily laid down a smoke wall and, you know, split the site in half and gone for the bomb plant and, you know, taken up good post plants. But the problem is, with 20 seconds left on the clock, you're really pushing it. And that's exactly what happened. Oh, A-Star needs to be careful. That pop flash expertly dodged. Gets 1, gets 2. It's like shooting fish in a barrel for A-Star. Gets 3. Can he get the 4th? No, he can't. Revolt Beast will end him. And I think Revolt is going to run into Excali very, very soon. And there we go. Hunter and Excali ending out the round. Good night. Have a great day. Entity with 4 on the board. And Shooting Monkeys yet to open the scorecard. Another buy round coming in from them. But, well, the thing is, because Entity have kept at least 3 or more players alive in each round, their money is still honest. They can buy into the next round quite easily. You have Excali sitting on $7,400 and Hunter sitting on $9,000. So they will be able to buy into the next round. But if they do lose this round, it will stretch their economy somewhat. And look at that explosive play coming out from Falcon, already in the bomb site. Does spot out A-Star over towards bomb train, but Hunter, what are you doing? Well, somebody whack him. Crisp, clean headshot through the smoke. Good night, Falcon. Now, Excali, sensing that it might just be a play towards the inner bomb site, making his way very close to the smoke. And Ace, completely Helen Keller there, and the players have made their way in, and Excali is going to go pushing YOLO through the smoke. Does he spot the bomb counter? Yes, he does, but Excali failing his spray transfer, leaving Revolt all alone in a 1v4. What can he do? The answer is go down fighting like a champ to A-Star, who will come out from behind and riddle him with bullets. 5-0 is the scoreboard, and, well, Entity are kind of running away with this at this point. Hunter on 11k, the economy on Entity. Well, Ribby's money has been kept honest by Shooting Monkeys. I think he's the one who's died the most on that team. But there are 2 players, Ace and Hunter, who are yet to die. And that is why their money is just looking, well, Hunter's money especially is looking ridiculous. Alrighty, Excali. Oh, Spy. I think does spot out Excali and drive by there by Spy onto Excali. All of a sudden realizing he's a head shorter. He's gonna chuck that nade, it can sail in and do absolutely bugger all. And even in the meantime, A-Star does get found out by Anakil. And the rotation is a bit too slow coming in, but there's Ace mopping it up. Gets 1, gets 2. Already has 3 for the round. Now it's up to his teammates in the form of Ribby and Hunter. And there we go, Hunter finding Anakil. Revolt Beast all alone. Can he recover a rifle? Yes, he can. And should try and get the bomb plant down so that they have that. Well, they have extra money going into the next one, but there's already the blue shell effect has come into play. Right now, the objective would be to do as much economic damage as possible, and Revolt Beast is trying his very best. Ribby so very low, but there we go. Both players in the spray battle of their lives. That was just some really messy burst firing back and forth. But finally, Ribby does come out on top. Ace there, definitely the hero of that round. A 3K for him. Yes, he was going up against a pistol buy, but still pistols at that range, once you close the distance, on Counter-Strike, we all know the pistols, the Tech 9s especially, are the most balanced gun around, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So yeah, commendable. 3K to save the round for Entity Gaming, and finally A-Star out with the EVP, the big green gun. Well, not the hand cannon, that's the Deagle. Or if it's Nico, it's one and the same thing. But they did have kind of a very disappointing majors this time around phase, didn't they? They were the favorite. They were one of the favorites to go all the way. Oh, and A-Star taking that off in the faces of Shooting Monkeys, and it paying dividends. And there we go, Ribby. What a spray down. 2 players lining up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, finding heads. I forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry, I'm really sleepy. I just got in today morning. Haven't slept all night. And it's kind of fun. Love casting. Really enjoy doing it. And this would be the perfect game for me to get my feet wet once again and get back into the groove, as they say. Alrighty, so far, Shooting Monkeys looking very lackluster. I mean, they haven't really tried anything new. It's looked like a very puggish approach from them thus far. Like, not even relying on executes, they're just walking into the bomb site. It looks like they're at 6s and 7s when it comes to this map train. And look at that again, Hunter finding the early pick onto Revolt Beast, and they're just clustered, all 3 of them in. Oh, Pop Dog, but Ace is gonna go waltzing into the meat grinder, gets his head blown clean off. Brings it down to a 4v4, and okay then, Hunter with a bit of an altercation over towards Ivy, takes a smidgen of nade damage. But they have the info. They know there's 3 players over towards Pop Dog, so they're either going to go inner or they're going to be hitting outer. And they've split the defense, 2 on each side. That's the right call in this situation. And Excali already posted up. Oh, spots out Cerebro's head, spots out Anakill, but unable to land the shot, and he will pay for missing those shots. In the meantime, A-Star has found 1 player. Does spot out the leg off Anakill, the knees, and gets him. And the bomb doesn't go down. That can be disaster. In the meantime, A-Star just being an absolute demon over towards inner. And there we go, Ribby popping out. He's already made his way up. Pop Dog taking an aggressive position, just waiting for that lurk from Falcon to come in, and gets the drop on an unsuspecting Falcon. Shooting Monkeys really looking extremely lackluster. Either Shooting Monkeys have just no idea how to play T-side on train, or Entity Gaming are just that good. It's one of the 2. And I would like to, I'm more inclined to believe that Entity Gaming at this point are that good. They are hungry. They're out to prove a point, and they're going to do it come what may. Oh, the nade from Ribby, but before it reaches, before the Kobe, it gets denied by Hunter. Sinks that so precious bullet into Falcon's already peppered body. Oh, Ribby playing with fire, or rather on the edge of the smoke, gets spotted out by Revolt Beast and unable to land the spray down. But there's Hunter and Ace with the kill to make that 3. Nope, double kill for him. A-Star is gonna steal his 3rd kill. Just a brace for Ace. Like right now, Excali is having a very quiet game in terms of the kills, but to be very honest, he is playing the inner bomb site, and he's the first line of contact when they come into the inner bomb site, and Excali has done a very good job of holding off Shooting Monkeys as they make their way inner, so that the rotations can come in. But Ace and Hunter and A-Star, everyone is firing on all cylinders for Entity Gaming right now. And when they're all firing, you just don't want to be caught in the crossfire. Look at that. Ribby already making his way. Oh, but there we go. The first kill does go Anakill's way. That's Shooting Monkeys with the early advantage. That's a 3v4 now. And Ribby, he can catch the entire team off guard if they're not careful. And they aren't careful, but that Ribby makes his position known, looking away at the worst possible moment. And they're going to be making their way towards the outer bomb site. This is smart. This is very smart from Shooting Monkeys. Finally, they might just be getting their first round. They've got an AWP and an AK-47 to retake, with Falcon and Spy both very, very low. 26 and 34 points of HP respectively, and that's A-Star with the AWP. An unsuspecting Spy getting shot in the butt, given an extra hole to poop out of by A-Star there, and A-Star knows that the revolt will be somewhere in Pop Dog. Pops out and sit down, kneecaps him with the AWP and puts him down. Will they be suspecting Falcon though? The defuse is coming in. Falcon making noise and the defuse being stuck. Woo! Falcon though, nice shot onto A-Star, but Hunter doing what was necessary. And it doesn't matter at this point. 10-0, Entity Gaming, money for days. They can keep buying into this round. Easy peasy, no problem. Hunter on $14,000. A-Star, even after buying the AWP and the whole kitty of grenades, he's sitting on 6,700. A still over $5,000. Excali and Ribby, yeah, they are looking a bit shabby on the economy, but considering the fact that Hunter has 14,000, they shouldn't be worried. And oh, A-Star again, a nuisance with the AWP and gets the first pick. Completely blind, but doesn't matter. Ooh, they're just mopping the floor with Shooting Monkeys in a blink of an eye. 4 players get eviscerated off the map, and now AK Cerebro's left wondering, kahan gaye? Sab kahan gaye? He's just sitting, trying to make something happen. Oh, missing an easy shot, getting stuck on the wall. Swiping the knife in frustration. That Molotov just gonna land behind him. Excali knows exactly where AK Cerebro is. At least gets the 1 kill on. Oh, what? Okay, Excali. Indian CSGO, my friends. Some things can never be explained, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so at this point, if I were Shooting Monkeys, I would actually just be telling my teammates, okay, cool, we've lost 11 in a row. Most likely it's going to be a 12-0 because it's an armor, tech 9. It looks like it's going to be a standard outer execute. Entity have kind of stacked the outer bomb site with 4 players currently holding it. Ace is going to be in front of the smoke, so it's going to get very dicey. They need to be very careful when they decide to execute. A fast execute against a full buy isn't the best of ideas, and that's exactly why, because the Molotovs come raining in. You have to take a lot of attrition damage early on, just making your way through the smoke, and Ace gets one, and Ace burns Falcon alive to a crisp Kentucky Fried Falcon. And Ribby getting the kill. Now it's a 2v4, and Hunter knows that there's 1 in Olaf and 1 in Pop Dog. Oh, Hunter just having the game of his life there. Gets one, swings around 90 degrees, and gets the kill on a Cerebro as well. And now the buy will come out from Shooting Monkeys. So as I was saying, if I were Shooting Monkeys right now, I would make sure that, I need to change something up. Why not just go for the standard outer execute or the execute over the inner bomb site? You've had the most success getting the bomb down towards at least site control towards the B bomb site. Just go there. And I think I might have telegraphed what I'm trying to think to Entity, because they've put 2 players over there. So far they've been playing 1-4, and all of a sudden there's 2 players. That Molotov is gonna force A-Star off. The aggressive angle, and there we go. Gets the first kill on a Spy, the second kill on the Cerebro. Oh, almost landing the third, but Ace is there to help. Might just get flashed through the smoke. A double flash coming in, and not really gonna be of any use whatsoever. And a kill, gets the kill. Bomb yet to go down though, and Revolt Beast standing by the edge of the flames. It's a 3v3. Maybe, just maybe, this will be the first round. Oh, Revolt Beast looking away at the worst possible moment. And there we go. There is, oh, no smokes available. That Molotov is going to eat away at precious time, but Excali gets the kill. Ribby's just going to stick it. YOLO and Hunter there, denying Anna kill any more kills. Entity Gaming mounting that retake like a well-oiled machine, just so meticulous. All the wheels and cogs just turning in unison in perfect harmony. And Entity bring 13 on the board. This has got to be one of the most one-sided games that I have ever cast in the Masters division. And I've casted some TMG games and they have been quite disappointing to say the least, but they haven't been this one-sided. Entity just playing out of their minds right now. Oh, Hunter. Off with your head, as they said during the French Revolution. And there's Hunter again just continuing his rampage on the outer bomb side. He's been an absolute brick wall. Every time they've hit the bomb side where Hunter has been playing, it's like waves crashing against a mountain. Just the mountain is immovable, untouchable, and just at a level much higher than any wave could ever attain. That's Shooting Monkeys, by the way. That analogy kind of works, I think. I don't know. I'm not very sure. But yeah, 14. Oh, wow. Wow. And here I was yesterday praising Shooting Monkeys because they have been playing rather well. This is not the Shooting Monkeys that I was watching. I think day before I was watching the ESL India stream. And Shooting Monkeys were playing rather well. And today, it's just not their day, I guess. Every team has their day. Every team has those off days. And it looks like today is one of the worst possible days that each player on Shooting Monkeys has had in a long, long time. Hunter needs to be careful. Revolt is towards Ivy, but the majority of the action is coming from Pop Dog, and there goes Ace, getting his head popped clean off. And A-Star popping out of connector, not really connecting with anything. Does manage to tag down AK Cerebro to 5 points of health, but now he's down to a 4v3. Will we see the first round coming in? Oh, Hunter gets Revolt Beast, but not the player he was actually aiming at. Spy does manage to get the kill. And now, Ribby with the M4 spots out Cerebro, spots out Spy. Down they go, and a kill in a 1v2 situation. Although, in his advantage, the bomb has gone down. He does not need to present himself. The smoke, I think that's a smoke grenade. Yep, it is a smoke that goes down. So Anakil, they know exactly where he's playing from. They can just play him out. Oh, the baits for days. Excali being perfectly baited into that kill by his teammate Ribby. And Excali is going to stick the defuse for a perfect, flawless half. 15-0 for Entity Gaming, and they have looked absolutely phenomenal. Okay then, how do Shooting Monkeys claw their way back from this one? Well, however unlikely it is, I mean, it has happened. It is Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. Miracles do happen more often than not, actually, in Counter-Strike than anywhere else or any other sport on this planet. But yeah, so far, Falcon early aggression up Ivy. That's going to give them a ton of information to play off of. And I think, yeah, they're all rotating towards the inner bombs. At least Spy is. There's going to be 2 players present. And the rest of the team is set up for very quick rotates. Although Excali, I think he's going to be lurking. He's made his way down Pop Dog. Bomb still pretty non-committal. Entity Gaming not having committed to any bomb site just as of yet. We do see, I think it is Ace with the bomb. Yeah, Ace finally making his way, inching his way towards the inner bomb site where 2 players lie in wait with bated breaths. That's Revolt Beast and Spy. Spy Water and Revolt watching the ramp push. Alrighty. Looks like it's gonna be a fountain of doom and gloom from the uppers. From upper and Revolt getting caught between a rock and a hard place, does get taken down, but there's the instant refrag. And Excali caught looking nowhere, not really having any idea where Cerebro is shooting from. And Cerebro is going on an absolute tear. And now, all of a sudden, A-Star finding himself in a 1v3, make that a 1v2. And, oh, Falcon is so very low, but Falcon will land the telling headshot, putting down A-Star, and Shooting Monkeys will find their first round. Score is 15-1. And this might just be the beginning. Okay, I shouldn't jinx it. I shouldn't even say it. It's 15-1 for crying out loud. There's still the mother of all mountains left to climb for Shooting Monkeys, but they have to take it this way. They have to take it in their stride, 1 round at a time. They should not be focusing too much on how the scoreboard reads right now. It's just 1 round at a time. It is Train, it is the CD side. Anything is possible. Alright, Anakill, okay. Did get flashed by his teammate there, but deciding not to push it. I think he realized that his spawn isn't the best to get the early drop. And the force buy coming in from Entity Gaming, this might just catch Shooting Monkeys off guard. I mean, the norm is that if you get the bomb plant in the first round, you kind of more or less hard eco. Try and get the bomb down, because anyway you're going to be going into the next round and get the full armor AK buy up. And the main reason you want to get the bomb down is so that you have utility to play with. Oh, Anakill spotting out 2 players. Does do a little bit of damage towards Hunter, but Cerebro, wielding the scout, decapitates Hunter. Just off with his head. And that nade's going to go sailing in and just tickles Ribby. Ribby, the player with the gun, needs to be careful. A-Star doesn't have any armor to work with. A little bit of miscommunication, or was he the one who dropped the AK-47? Yeah, I think A-Star was the one who dropped the AK-47 for Ribby. And Ribby slowly making his way up Ivy. There is Anakill. Oh! Does get the first kill. Spy and Anakill, though, double teaming up and getting the kill onto Ribby. Anakill, in the meantime, does find A-Star as well, leaving Ace and Excali all alone in 12. Oh, Excali gets the kill. Yes, 3 players to find, but unfortunately, that's all she wrote for him. AK-47 recovered for Anakill. Revolt Beast does manage to salvage the FAMAS, and Falcon retains his M4A1. Not a bad round for Shooting Monkeys, and now Entity will be forced to eco. I mean, they should play this smart. A 15-2 lead, yes, I know, while commanding and, might tempt you to do a few YOLO plays, but that's no reason to play poor Counter-Strike and have poor decision-making. It's an economy game at the end of the day, and if you start losing it early on, it's very difficult. It is very difficult to find your footing towards late game. So, shore up your economy first. You have a lot of rounds to play with, so you can, take a couple of risks on the buy rounds. And Excali finding an awesome headshot onto Falcon, but Spy there does reply almost instantly, and Anakill finding Hunter. But look at this Spy. And who is that? Ace. Oh, Ace gonna make his way. Oh, A-Star. Revolt Beast making a ton of noise. He's like a thundering elephant herd. And I think they think that, A-Star can just... Oh, the plays. The 200 IQ plays coming in from A-Star right now. Snuck in all the way behind them. An instant flank. Will we see the shanky, stabby from A-Star? Oh, thought about it. He thought about it. But there we go. A-Star gets the pick onto Cerebro and Revolt. Can he do more? Yes, he can. A-Star is your everyday guillotine, just single-handedly killing everybody with his deagle. And now it's Anakill 1v3. What can he do? No armor, nothing. A-Star just single-handedly mopped up 3 kills. This will be a travesty if Entity Gaming lose this round. And there's already a flank coming in from Ribby with the scout. Oh, Anakill. Bad timing. That nade's gonna go sailing in though, but doesn't matter. Ace with the recovered FAMAS sees it off in style. A-Star, take a bow, son. What a round from you. 16-2, the game finally ends to Entity Gaming. Shooting Monkeys really not looking in any sort of... Well, we'll see them live to fight yet another day. It is a league format. So, well, that's all for me tonight. This is Fett signing off. I hope you guys had fun. And see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. ESL India YouTube channel. Do leave a like. Do subscribe. It has been awesome backcasting for you guys. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
got mad.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this game has gone in favor of Entity Gaming through and through. Shooting Monkeys absolutely got annihilated with that scoreline of 16-2 in Entity Gaming's favor. Now, this brings us towards the closing of today's live streaming, which you are seeing on either the Facebook page of ESL India or the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership. And let me remind you, at this point, the entirety of the ESL India Premiership 2017 has been brought together by Oman, by HP, HyperX, and Zahui by BenQ, and organized by Northwind Gaming. And now, moving on to the 5v5 MOBA, the MMORPG Dota 2. There we have an interesting game lined up in Dota 2, but before we head off into anything, let's quickly take a look at the standings. Alright, so quickly taking a look at the teams here, considering I'm pretty sure the standings are not there on the screens for you guys, so let's quickly get to know the teams here personally. Now, starting with Aggressive 5, because it's an Aggressive 5 versus Entity Gaming game. Aggressive 5 is based out of Mumbai. They're led by Pasol, Onkar Pasol Urankar. The team has consistently finished second in the online session of the summer season of ESL India Premiership, and they opted for a roster change in the fall of the transfer window. They have got Darshan 835 Bhat out of the team. Batosai, Prasad Batosai and Alavde has left the team. Meanwhile, Paddling and Negia switching roles. Pretty much a mixed bag here. Whereas Entity Gaming, the opposition here, are another Mumbai-based team, arguably one of the best Dota 2 teams in the country. They're the first esports team in the country to hire international players and coach, and they dominated the entirety of the online summer season. Now, unfortunately, they faced an unexpected defeat in the form of Intelligence Quotient from Cambodia in the summer season land finale, where they had to settle for a second place finish. Now, they sit in the third place with 9 points against their name in the current fall season standings. Now, will Entity Gaming prevail, or will Pasol and team literally show them what it's like to be aggressive? We'll find that out as and when our casters take us through the game.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Triple kill! Godlike ultra kill rampage.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
are broadcast as radio impulses into space. And all messages are being heard on every radio telescope on the entire Earth. Unstoppable. Wicked sick. Monster kill.
Did you think it was...
The signals are broadcast as radio impulses into space.
Apologies for the little hiccup there, folks. We are indeed going underway here. I'm CloudX. With me, I've got Vivek, and you're watching Aggressive 5 taking on Entity Gaming for the ESL India Premiership fall season. Vivek, the draft is already well underway here. We're looking at an Underlord as well as a Slaughter pick coming out, going up against a Zeus and a Rubik on this new Entity Gaming squad. What do you make of this draft so far?
I want to say this is not a position for Zeus. We have seen Secret run the position for Zeus with the Yapso. What I mean with the Yapso. But yeah, Yapso's run the position for Zeus. I want to say this is more of a core Zeus, and Aggressive 5 was spot on with that Bloodseeker ban. I mean, Zeus takes away a lot of HP really fast. It looked like it could build into a lineup which could accommodate the Bloodseeker for Entity Gaming. And I really like that ban coming out from Aggressive 5. We're also seeing the Underlord getting picked up, like you mentioned. And Aggressive 5 did pick it up yesterday versus IQ. And they had a reasonably good start with it. With Patsol on the Lich, pretty much just babysitting 835 on the Underlord, making sure that he gets his levels, gets the Arcane boots up and going. And then he's reasonably self-sufficient in lane with a Shrine to fall back on always. The question is, what are Entity going for with this draft? Are we going to see a little bit of the Dota 1 Loda era AoE global strat or whatever? But yeah, I want to say that's unlikely. However, I'm not going to discount it completely or rule it out completely, because Bocarino did play the Nature's Prophet in their first game. The only game that Entity have played in the ESL India Premiership so far.
Well, they're running something that's a little absurd to me right now, but it's also something that's been receiving a lot of love/hate with the bans and the picks. This Necroforce coming out from Entity Gaming. We did have Evil Ash playing as their fifth, so Noya is not going to be playing. I understand that they're going through a bit of a roster rejig here with a little less clarity on whether or not Noya is going to be their final player, or if it is indeed going to be PH or someone else from the Philippines. But for now, it will be the veteran, or one of the veterans of the Indian Dota scene, Evil Ash, former Oblique gaming player, former Neckbreak gaming player, former Invisible Wings player, now making rearing his head once again. But Aggressive 5, same 5-man lineup from them. Pasol, Paddling, Pinkman, Negi, and 835, former Entity player in their ranks. This should give them a bit of an upper hand going up against his former team. But, I mean, A5, they're definitely showing that they're a team worth their salt, and they seem to be finding their stride of late. A win over IQ does put them in, does really paint a big bullseye on their back now, and I don't think Entity Gaming will get lax here in this particular match.
Radiant team pick.
I like the Necroforce pickup. It's one of the ways to make sure that whoever Underlord is trying to get out of battle can be brought down if they're low in terms of HP. It's also, the Reaper side is a great way to deal with the Underlord altogether. This Silencer pickup, I presume this is going to be a position 5 Silencer with Pasol playing the Silencer. What's going to come up in conjunction with that Silencer is actually going to be more interesting. I see the value in picking up the Silencer because you got Arcane Curse, you got Zeus and Necroforce who are constantly looking to use spells. And this is a reasonably good 5-position support in terms of team fight, at least with that Arcane Curse.
What it essentially allows them to do is you can jump in with this Lara, pop the global silence. Even if you get a two-man crush, you're guaranteed at least one kill in that mix.
Yeah.
But, the way Entity should be looking to play this is assuming that both teams have a fairly even early game. Your mid-game should be focused on playing around that global silence cooldown. That is one of the weaknesses of that hero. He's got a really long cooldown on his most impactful spell in the game, and every time the global's on cooldown, rush in once again, pop a smoke, maybe take an objective on the back of a couple of pickoffs and try and force those team fights. But at the same time, Slada underload plenty of disables coming out between the two and plenty of synergy on top of those disables with that Firestorm. But look at this, man. Entity Gaming, they've picked up a hero that's been really hot in pubs of late, that Monkey King. And it does.
Your voice cut off after and it does. But no worries. I'm still not sure if this is a co-Monkey King or a co-Zeus. One thing is for clear that Necrophos will be taking on the 1 or 2 position. He's not the best of mid laners. Okay, we have confirmation, folks. We have lost CloudX. He has died to his cat in Dadar, and he's disconnected Discord for the time being. Yeah, I want to say this is a co-Monkey King. It does look like it's a co-Monkey King. The question is what's going to come up along with the Monkey King. You need a little bit of AoE so that the Wukong's command is a little effective. You need some AoE control. Darks here wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, even if Entity Gaming want to run Zeus in the mid lane, he should be fine versus that Lina. It's a matchup that goes both ways, and they're not going to be raindrops. It's going to be rain pouring in the mid lane. That's what that mid matchup is going to be looking like between the Zeus and the Lina, if indeed it does turn out to be that way. We're seeing a Lifestealer getting banned out. I like that ban. Rage would be great versus the Zeus, versus the Rubik as well. Although Reaper's Sight does pierce spell immunity, but Entity Gaming don't want to take the chances of having a core that they can't deal with in terms of team fight. We see a Puck getting banned from aggressive fire, just to make Lina's life a little easier in the mid lane. Coil is also extremely great along with Wukong's command. Drop the Coil, drop the Wukong's command on top of that, and you got a whole lot of team fight control. CloudX, have you come back? Have you returned?
Yeah,
have you joined
sorry
us?
about that. I'm not sure what's going on. This is the second time I've disconnected in a short span. Hopefully, it's just a mild spike and it won't come back again. But yeah, before I dropped out, I was a little confused about the synergy in Entity's draft. I don't see it, man. There's little lockdown. I'm sure there's a bit of magic damage. The Monkey King, however, is just sticking out like a sore thumb. What is this last pick, and is it really going to make sense out of this lineup for us?
I was saying that the Puck would be a great pick, but Aggressify was smart enough to ban that out. It's still not clear whether Zeus is going to be a support or a co. Are you reading this as a co-Monkey King? Do you think this is a good game for a co-Monkey King?
I mean, I was thinking of it, but the more I look at this draft, it seems like we're looking at a mid-Zeus, a possible safe lane, or a 1-position or a 3-position Necrophos, and a 4-position Monkey King.
I still sense
looking for a 1 or a 3 as their 5th pickup.
I think we're looking for a 3, and the Darkseer wouldn't be too bad.
You think so? I mean, what's the follow-up with the vacuum in the wall?
Boundless Strike Wukong's command. Oh, but yeah, it's not a co-Monkey King. It's not a co-Monkey King.
Yeah, I mean, Boundless Strike wouldn't be bad, but if it was a
but no, it's not good. It was a horrible idea. Thank you for trying to salvage my hopeless analysis. But yeah, we're going to see a Razor getting picked up. I don't know.
Coming out from Entity, because Razor is one of those heroes that requires a lot of control going with him, so he gets time to steal that static link damage and continues to pound away while heroes are held in position. On the other side, Aggressive 5 has some really good initiation potential. They've got late game physical DPS to synergize with that corrosive haze armor, and well, they've got a Lina to hold down the fort at the middle lane. If this is a Necrophos at mid, this is not going to be a fun time for him at all.
It looks like it's Swifty who's picked up the Monkey King. What? This makes no sense at all. Mid Monkey King is Swifty that confident of his laning skills that he thinks he can outlane the Lina. I mean, I don't see this happening. It's going to take real slip
things up. I mean, I would assume they're going to switch things up here.
Okay.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Bocarino is. We are looking at an off-lane Necrophos.
I would hope they're going to switch things up. I really don't want to see a mid Monkey King versus Lina, man. I just don't see it working.
Yeah, I mean, let's assume that Entity are not going to switch things up. How does Monkey King lane against Lina?
Nah, in that case, they're probably going to run Swifty support and Job Easy mid. That's they have been going through a lot of changes of late, so maybe that's one of the changes, putting Swifty on the support role and switching up Job Easy to mid.
Okay.
Nah, man, who am I kidding? I think they're going to swap up.
This is what I'm waiting for. Okay. Damn.
Oh wow, they're really rolling with this, aren't they? Yep, Swifty's already bought items, so Monkey King's walking around with the PMS. That's a core Monkey King and a support Zeus, which means that they're going to put a Bing on the middle lane, on the Razor. So that makes it a Razor versus... yeah, I think it's a Razor versus Lina matchup at mid, which is fine.
Swifty a little salty or just jesting in on chat, we're not entirely sure. But this gives us time to run through the lineups. I'm going to start out with the boys at Entity, who, well, they've been running through a lot of changes in the lineup themselves. We got Job Easy, the captain, playing the Zeus, Evil Ash as a stand-in playing the Rubik, a Bing playing the Razor, Swifty on the Monkey King, and that leaves us with their new import, Pocorino, on the Necrophos.
Lots of experience on that Entity gaming side, players that have been all over the world. On the other side, Aggressive 5, the boys closer to home, still looking to make their mark on the international scene. Pasol's going to be handling that silencer. You've got Lina in the hands of Paddling. Pinkman's going to be playing the Slaughter, Negi on the Juggernaut, and A35 on the Underlord. So they're still sticking with the change of Negi going towards the safe lane and Paddling going mid, and it's been working for them so far, I have to admit.
Yep. I mean, what happened against IQ was both of them ended up falling in the early game a fair bit. Negi died once on the safe lane while he was playing Klings. Paddling died twice in the mid lane when he was on the Viper. But despite all of that, they really caught up in terms of harm in the mid game and even pulled ahead. Paddling, who started off horrendously, built some cheap stats on the Viper in the form of the drums, going into the Dragon Lance, and then by the time the game ended around the 35-minute mark, he had a butterfly and more to boot. So Aggressive 5, they're not the team that dominates the early game. From what I've seen of them, they seem to be a team that makes a good recovery in the mid game, which I think is all the more important in this meta. I mean, whatever little we learned about the meta, it's not one that favors the early game a whole lot. It's not who takes down the tier 1s early. It's what you do after you take down tier 1s that matters the most, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, more than that, I think it's a little earlier than that. It's actually about which 4 position can make the most plays this game, because this is the meta of... So there's 2 things that are unique to this meta. One is that you have 4 positions that were once upon a time offlaners, your Slaughters and Clockworks and such. And it's also boiling down to how those 4 positions make plays in the early game, because they're the ones that dictate the tempo of the middle lane as well as the safe lane to a certain extent. A lot of pressure does fall upon the Zeus' shoulders this game, but since he's one of those supports that doesn't really have lockdown potential, he's gonna have to rely on sneaking in from the back on that middle lane to try and score kills on that Lina. Because without any control for that Razor to steal damage, I think Lina just walks away scot-free, especially if she has a point or 2 in the Fiery Soul.
What I'm sensing here coming up from Entity is that they're going to run a dual lane of sorts, possibly with the Zeus and the Necrophos, and that's a strong dual lane, I want to say. I mean, there's no other explanation why they're all camping the top rune.
Maybe they're expecting an aggressive play coming out. Juggernaut is one of those heroes that can do a truck ton of damage in the early stages, right? So possibly a reason to just fend him off and get this bounty rune for themselves. It is a core Monkey King, as we've pointed out, and this is something that's really starting to get a lot more traction as we get closer to TI, especially on the SEA circuit.
Yeah. It's Monkey King cosplaying as a courier, picking up the bounty rune, making his way to the mid lane. Lina versus Monkey King. It's going to take a lot of infused raindrops. But I write what Job Easy and Evil Ash are done. They pop the smoke at level 1. We've got Arc Lightning on the Zeus. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to bring down the Lina.
Wait, okay, this is actually going to be a Monkey King, mate. This was not something that I was expecting at all, to be honest. But they're going to rely on this Rubik to come in with the rotation. And yep, level 1 Ringo Mastery, man. This is quite a painful situation for Paddling to be in, but this is again something that we pointed out earlier. There's a lack of control when you pick up something like a Zeus. That second follow-up stun wasn't there in addition to that lift from the Rubik. And all Paddling's really got to do is salve up and come back into the ring.
Yeah. Top lane, Pinkman and Pasol doing their bit, applying as much pressure as early as possible early on the Necrophos. I mean, he's really horrible until he gets off to a good start, and they're taking advantage of this. This might push Job Easy to help out Pochettino a fair bit, but then you got Silencer with Arcane Curse, so it's not going to be a fun early game for Entity. I mean, when does this lineup peak is the question.
You're right about that, man. I mean, I'm not too sure when this lineup really peaks, because even in the late game phase, I want to say that the scales are tilted in favor of aggressive 5. That Global Silence is one of the best tools you can have as this game goes towards the later and later stages. And you've also got the Juggernaut, who's going to be dishing out loads of damage in conjunction with the Slaughter Corrosive Haze. That armor reduction with physical DPS, really a match made in heaven. Lina transitions into physical DPS core towards the later stages of the game as well. And she's a hero with a truck ton of range that can keep away from the Razor, who's going to attempt to steal damage from either her or the Juggernaut.
Right.
I think this is a game where Entity needs to have an explosive mid-game phase. When they get that little power spike on the Monkey King who does a truck ton of damage, and when they get that those few levels on the Zeus, they need to start barreling down and taking objectives, and use the Razor as that frontliner to beat up on towers when he steals damage from the static link. That said, going up against a Firestorm and those consistent Dragon Slaves is such a hard thing to do, especially without a Clock or a Storm to jump behind enemy lines.
So, you're saying Zeus gets levels, Monkey King gets levels, and that's when Entity shine.
Monkey King needs a couple of items in addition.
Yeah, he needs items as well. Top lane though, Pinkman with the crush onto Boccalino, you've got the Arcane Curse, Nagy's got Blade Fury, they get the kill. Next up Dota. It was a weak off lane coming out from Entity, and they absolutely exploited that fact there.
Yeah, that was just straight up, that was set up to happen in the first place. Necrophos, I'm pretty sure he went into this lane knowing that he's going to die at least once. He started off with the magic wand, no boots just yet. Without the boots, you have no chance in hell to really get away from this. They're going for round 2, the crush is available, and oh man, I'm pretty sure he wasn't expecting this. They don't even need the Blade Fury from Negi, they just found him up.
Yeah. He popped the first Death Pulse, and then the last word kicked in with the Silence. He didn't have Death Pulse number 2, and he was brought down rather easily. So a good start for aggressive 5. This automatically makes sure that E35 pulls ahead in terms of net worth. He's sitting at 9 CS while you got Boccalino at 4 with 2 deaths to his name. All in all, a good start. What's even worse for Entity is that their mid lane is also rather susceptible to ganks. I mean, once Pinkman gets a couple of levels in sprint, he could easily make a play on the mid lane, and it looks like he's attempting to do just that. The wave pushed in though. It's not going to happen unless Paddling lands in LSA.
Yeah, I mean, killing Monkey King is really not that difficult, but he's done the right thing and started off with the Windlace as well as the Boots of Speed, which means that if he positions himself well on the lane, I think he's going to be able to get away almost every single time. Job Easy though, that's a real beating that he's taking in the face here, but here comes the Cavalry, the lift was there, the Monkey King stacking up a Jingu hits, Boundless Strike misses. That's the kill anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Pinkman got the DD rune, he thought he could turn that into a quick kill, but walked up the Radiant Slope and got punished for it. And Evil Ash at the right place at the right time, helping out his captain there. So Entity find a kill in response. That did end up going to Job Easy, so that's going to bring him closer to his Arcane boost, if anything. And yeah, Pasol knows what's going on. He knows that Boccalino can't lane and that he's pretty much being forced to fall back to his jungle.
As stranger as it is, Swifty is won his lane at mid. He's at 22 CS and 15 denies versus 21 and 4 on the Lina. Is this something that we're missing? Does Monkey King have some special ability that we're unaware of where he can basically outlane the Lina? I wouldn't expect so.
No. And with the Lina actually pushing the wave in, it should be harder. I mean, the Monkey King is decent at getting last hit, but I'm going to come back to that. We've got a crush coming out on Boccalino, but he pops the Ghost Shroud and the Shrine, so he's going to stay alive. But yeah, I mean, Paddling is actually pushing the wave. Swifty has to last it under tower. How is Monkey King winning this? this is going to motivate a lot of power players to pick Monkey King and go mid. Swifty, what have you done?
Yeah, this is... I mean, it beats the hell out of me how this is happening in the first place, but this replay is probably worth a rewatch with an exclusive focus on the middle lane.
And I mean, the mid lane started with Job Easy rotating to the mid lane and throwing out a couple of spamming Arc Lightning basically. But Paddling had a salve, could easily salve, but hold on. Evil Ash goes in with the telekinesis. It looks like Paddling might end up going down there. 3 stacks of Jingu Mastery, make that 4 and they get the kill. Pikmin with the rotation takes a bowl to the head. They know that Swifty's in the trees, the Pit of Malice is there, they have vision. A Blade Fury comes out from Negi, but Swifty leaps, jumps and hops and gets the hell out of there. Are Aggressify going to pursue any further though? Pinkman, even lucky with the runes, picks up a quick regen rune, can go for round 2. Swifty still in the trees. Sure, Pinkman knows where he is. Oh, he did see him. He saw him jump over the trees. They don't have a tango. A space created, but for who really is the question. It looks like it's Job Easy, who's getting a little bit of EXP in mid lane. Getting closer and closer to his level 4. Might put a point into Static Field. And he's got a Shrine as well, so just go back to the mid lane, spam that Arc Lightning, make life difficult for Paddling there. 1k net worth advantage in favor of Aggressive. I'm going to drop down the individual net worth. Juggernaut pulling ahead by a slight amount in comparison to the Razor. Monkey King, well, he is pulling in ahead in the mid lane. And fair amount of that gold comes up from participating in a couple of fights and assists basically. But yeah, he's won the mid lane.
I actually tabbed quickly to check on chat and to see what's going on, and the team's entity's manager is actually in the chat, and he mentioned that this is Swifty picking heroes for his teammates because apparently they're pretty much secured to be in the Masters League for Phase 2 as well. So
right.
They're just experimenting, having fun right now, and blowing off some steam while still trying to score a win with some style points actually. But yeah, it's still working in their favor right now. While the net worth lead is in favor of Aggressive 5, the experience graph is still at the dead even mark. This is a true test for Entity Gaming to see if they can completely outskill their opponents even with the disadvantages dropped, or at least in our opinions the disadvantages dropped.
Right. Yeah, it is a hard draft to win with. I mean, we're not seeing the obvious synergy like we pointed out. Not sure who's going to really beat down buildings. Maybe a Bing after he's stolen some damage with the Solar Crest on top. But speaking of top, Job Easy initiates with the Bowl Lightning. It feels odd saying that even. But yeah, this is what's going on in the top lane. Negi's got a healing ward.
And I mean, they're still too worried to actually run in here and make a play with just the Silencer and Negi. They know that the Slaughter is not in the vicinity. Pinkman had actually moved mid to harass the Monkey King, which is why Bing and Job Easy are playing so ballsy on this top lane. But for now, Entity still getting some farm up their sleeves. That Monkey King at mid, I have no clue how he's managed to continue doing this. He's won that middle lane despite Pinkman making rotations. And he continues to do so.
Yeah. If top lane though, Bing dropping low, Negi's got the Blade Fury, he's not going to run out of this one. Pasol scores the kill. And yeah, that's a kill on a core Razor. So I think Aggressive 5 will be pleased with that. But yeah, if Dota 2 Bowie made videos on Indian Dota players, this mid lane though is definitely worth a video. I'm really curious to see what happened in the mid lane. I'm pretty much going to download this replay after the game ends and take a look at how Swifty ended up winning the lane. But for now, top lane, Negi goes in with the Blade Fury, Arcane Curse on the 2, Job Easy, dropping low, will pop. It's Negi on a killing spree, but is there any punish here? Swifty hops off the tree, he's got one Jingu Mastery stack on him, but Evil Ash comes in with the telekinesis, the Wukong's command being channeled, but Pasol with the global silence, keeping a score alive. And Negi escapes scot-free.
Yeah, that was... I don't think he'd have died even with that Wukong being popped there.
Yeah, it would have been Wukong's into Boundless Strike, and I still think Negi might have ended up surviving that.
Yeah, I mean, he's walking around with just Phase Boots and a Ring of Aquila right now. He still doesn't really have his damage items, and you know, it doesn't look like he's going for the Echo Saber either. He's actually queued up the Mantis Tail to deal with that global silence. Yeah, this is probably going to be the storyline time and time again in team fights, unless they can start pulling out some wacky items like Rods of Atos and maybe even a sight of vice eventually. They need that control, and since the heroes are lacking it, they might as well get items to compensate for it.
Yeah, I agree. Who builds the Atos though? I mean, Zeus.
Probably Necropos, but it looks like he's got other plans right now, going towards the mechanism. Yikes, that's painful to watch.
Yeah, Pinkman thought he could go again for Boccarino, but this time there was a Zeus in the vicinity, and he was promptly on point with the lightning bolt. Quick kill there. So that's yeah, but getting back to the laning phase, I mean, I wish Aggressify punished Entity a little bit more for their weak lanes, and they just haven't done that. I mean, they've let Swifty get away scot-free. Once Pinkman gets a point in Corrosive Haze, Swifty's life is going to be a little harder. But yeah, for now, Entity, these are troll picks and they're doing rather well with them. So did Swifty pick heroes that he wanted his teammates to play, or was it like captain's mode in my MMR bracket where everybody says I want techies?
This is rather that's more like the Indian cyber cafe way of picking heroes, you know. When you play CM in an Indian cyber cafe, you ask everyone what they want, and the captain is just you know, he's kind of like the president of India. He's just a ceremonial head, and he just has to do what everyone else chooses.
If only the president of India did what everybody else chose.
Let's not go down that road.
Let's not go down there, but Negi finds Evil Ash, who was trying to TP right in front of his face. Swifty though, with an Invis rune. Sees the promise here of getting the kill on the Negi. Starts off with the Wukong's command. There's no Global Silence this time around. The Boundless Strike will connect. In fact, the Global Silence is available, but either way, Swifty gets the kill and a huge dominating streak. Soul running into the trees, but the trees are not your friend with a Monkey King around, who's got Primal Spring and Tree Dance available in a bit. Pinkman comes in with the rotation, with a Malice on to Boccarino. Boccarino might end up going down, but he's got the Ghost Shroud, and the Magic Wand is practically cheese at 12 minutes into the game. He turns around with the Reaper side, gets the kill on Pinkman. A35 wants to bail out of here, and he's taking the Silencer with him. They lose 2, they get none, and Entity might even get the tier 1 tower at the top lane.
Juggernaut's coming back into the fray though. And never mind, Boccarino's out of there. Monkey King sticks around. That was Swifty hanging in the vicinity while he had the Jingu Mastery still active, and the moment that Boccarino decided to turn up with that with the heal and the turnaround, that's when Swifty walked in and got a couple of hits off. That really worked in their favor quite well. This is Aggressify just being toyed with right now.
I'm actually going to drop down the hero levels. If anyone is struggling, it's only Evil Ash. And funny thing is, Jobeezy's pulled ahead of Aggressify's foe, which is Pinkman on the Slada. He's actually keeping pace with the Necropos. So, Entity, they're getting more in terms of experience across the map, in terms of net worth as well. Both Lina and actually, yeah, Lina's pulled ahead of the Monkey King now. And that's pretty obvious because Swifty's been moving from lane to lane trying to make something happen.
Yeah, but I mean, this lead should have been a lot larger in my opinion, considering that this was a Lina versus Monkey King matchup. Anyway, bottom lane, Entity right now pounding away at the tier 1 tower, and A35 is doing what he can to slow this down. Creating space while on the top side looks like a fight's about to break out. Boccarino not going to get crushed just yet. Evil Ash gets face down. Reaper side still can't get the kill on Pinkman. He dies to Abing and not to Boccarino, while Abing gets himself 2. Pasol has also gone down at his hands and making 3 as A35 follows suit. However, A35 does get returns it on Swifty. Meanwhile, the Juggernaut comes into the fray, punishes them for overextending, kills off Abing and takes away the killing spree, making it a 3-for-2 trade. As Entity is still looking for more than a deep paddling that probably hits the deck next, but there's a healing wand to keep him alive. Evil Ash has the Fate Bolt, gets hit with the LSA under the tower. Spans are well played while going down. Boccarino, however, still being chased. This isn't over just yet, and Pinkman will stop him in his tracks. The Ghost Shroud won't help reverses the Blade Fury, my friend, but the heal will definitely stack up along with the mech coming on as well. Jobeezy comes in to try and turn things around. Negi, pummeled in the back of his head with the Lightning Bolt, will be sent back out. How do you kill this Necrophos at this point?
Yeah, and this is Boccarino after dying in his lane a couple of times. He still managed to pull out a mech at 15 minutes. I think as much as Swifty's mid lane deserves to be watched, Boccarino's off lane deserves to be watched as well. 50-minute mech is pretty competitive, especially when you end up falling a couple of times early on in the lane. A35 is gone for the hood. Makes sense against the Zeus, the Necrophos, but his team needs him to get a mech as soon as possible. I mean, even if A35 ends up surviving, what good is an Underlord who's alive? And what good is a Pinkman on the ladder trying to run away? So if he's got the Boundless Strike coming up, cooldown in a couple of seconds, they have vision though with the Zeus ultimate quickly hopping over the tower onto the tree. The Boundless Strike will miss. But this isn't good. The Bitter Malice is there. Negi with the Blade Fury. Swifty might just end up going down. He's dived too deep and he will be punished.
He knew that was a bad idea right from the get-go. Decided to go for it anyway. Pop Dota at its finest.
Yeah, he needs an item to contribute a little bit more. The Yasha would really help him out. Negi making decent progress towards his Manta.
Bing sees the cavalry on its way in, but can't quite kill off the creeps, and he's gonna go down here.
Yeah.
I think he attempted a TP at the last minute there. That didn't quite work his way. This game is just all over the place, man. I mean, Entity are just doing what they feel like. It doesn't seem like they're making any calls and such, just doing whatever they want. Aggressive 5 on the other hand, I mean, it does seem like they're going full try hard here and trying to punish whatever they can from Entity.
They are. But this is clearly a better team toying with a weaker one. That's really what it feels like at this point. Battling almost manages to find Swifty.
He's still up on the trees, A35, chopping through whatever trees he can. Wukong's command, big pump fake there, but not quite committed. He missed the Boundless Strike as well. Yeah, and they're probably having an absolute riot inside their ranks here. That's just calling death upon yourself, man. Jumping into the trees like that. What a terrible idea.
Yeah, and they're trying to turn this around with the LSA and the Laguna, and they might find Boccarino. Got punished for diving too deep, expecting to bring down Paddling just with the backup coming up from the Zeus. Evil Ash though, he's all by himself, turns around with the Dragon Slave, flashy plays, but can he stay alive? They're chasing deep, Silencer with the last word actually. A35 drops the Firestorm, they have vision with the Corrosive Haze, Pasol with the right legs gets the kill.
Yeah, it looks like Entity's first loss in the ESL Linear Premiership fall phase might come at the hands of A5. If they continue to play clowny Dota. They has a word to say about this. There's the bolt cancelling out the Silencer's TP, but A35 does get out. Well, someone had to die in that engagement.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of movement speed, and that's what his build seems to be all about. Boots of travel into Yasha, along with a Windlace. So, he's running around at 514 movement speed. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is quite ridiculous, but I mean, the question is that really going to be enough to take this win here? Because they do still have a lot of control on the side of Aggressive 5, right? We spoke about how Pinkman and A35 players are meant to deal with the Razor and kite around him or bring him down while he's been caught in place. We'll have to wait and see if Entity can continue to style over their opponents and take this one. They're grouping up like they want to smoke, so they've had enough of the monkey business, no pun intended. But 50 will be the one leading the charge with his own Yasha and Windlace picked up. Finished up his hood.
See Negi, they've caught him out. He's doing TP out of there, nothing to stop that. And that's a smoke wasted by Entity.
Yeah, good call to immediately Fury TP out of there for fear of, I don't know, getting thunderbolted and controlled. There's nothing to stop him on the side of
Reaper's Sight.
I guess Reaper's Sight would have been a heavy commitment, but one that's absolutely necessary to kill him off. Or the Rubik for that matter if he was in position.
So it looks like Entity are going to trade a tier 2 for a tier 1. And this is the trade they should be okay with. A35's got the Dark Rift. So Aggressive 5 can respond.
Yeah, I think they should. In fact, that's what they're gonna do. But Paddling, is he ditching? No, he's gonna join them.
So they have vision. The tier 2 is still alive. Entity, I mean, Swifty's got the Yasha complete. A Bing keeping out of there, and It looked like aggressive 5 didn't want to commit too heavily for that one. I'm not really sure it's going to end up winning team fights at this stage.
I mean, if they wanted to commit a smoke of the seed, would have been absolutely vital over there. But he chose not to pop it despite having one on Puzzle. Alright, Joby is about done with his 4 staff, and that's going to give them a bit more mobility in the face of that Slaughter initiation. We've also got Evil Ash, who still not really managed to farm up anything more above and beyond his Magic Wand and Arcane Boots. I'd assume it's going to be either the Glimmer Cape or a 4-staff of his own. But, you know, we spoke about how they ought to be going for items like the Rod of Atos and such to get that extra bit of lockdown on the side of Entity. Instead, they've chosen to just get an absurd amount of movement speed on their cores that can effectively ignore the lack of lockdown on their side. What's the game plan here for Aggressive 5? I mean, they've had the Global Silence on for a while now. Maybe it's time to pop a smoke and make a play, but it's really a tall order to make a play without Pinkman getting his Blink Dagger. We're 21 minutes in and he's still got a good 700 gold to go before he gets it.
Yeah, it's really worrisome when you see that the Zeus almost has a 4-staff and the Slaughter doesn't have a Blink Dagger. It looks like Aggressive 5 want to group up. A35's got the mech flying out there. And yeah, they're just going to group up with the mech and the Manta style. But 50 in the trees, they managed to catch out Pinkman. The Reaper's sight, not enough. The Global Silence comes out though. Swifty will manage to get the kill. The mech being popped by the Necrophos. Is it enough? Swifty, man fighting, will ultimately go down to paddling there. It's a Slaughter for a Monkey King, and I think it's a trade that Aggressive 5 will take any day.
Yeah, that's about
a Bing with the Rapper.
Oh man, that was not worth it anymore. Bing, if he survives this, I think Entity will still be happy with that skirmish. In fact, he's turning around, he's got a good amount of damage stolen, gets the kill with the Zeus committing the ult as well, spotting out A35.
Yeah, they even throw out the scan, but A35 is out of them. I'm gonna drop fight recap because nothing really makes any sense anymore. It seems that it was a fight that Entity ended up winning, despite losing Swifty on the Monkey King. So yeah, now it's Entity with a net worth advantage. It's only a small lead, but it is a lead nonetheless. It's actually swung back now in favor of Aggressive 5. What is going on in this game?
I mean, we've long since established the fact that Entity is just having fun here and they pick what they want. Regardless of what they do here, regardless of whether they win or lose, they're still going to be the masters for phase 2. And well, Joby's without to prove our point.
The Evil Ash going to prove it even further. He's hiding in the trees. He's going to TP out of there. Bocarino's got a Greaves complete. 22 minutes in. That's going to at least take away the Global Silence from him at the very least. He's willing into that Atos that you spoke of. So that gives him a little bit of HP as well as much needed lockdown. Evil Ash, Swifty with the priming string. They want to stop A35 here, but they have nothing to do so. And A35 is going to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, that guaranteed TP is pretty much a godsend.
Okay, Pinkman has his blink. Now Aggressive 5 are in fighting shape.
I wonder if it's too late though. It does look like they're grouping up. They want to make something off of it. In fact, they smoked without him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was clearly frantically running back to his allies, but they said, nope, you go do your own thing. We'll go find the kill without you. But Entity look like they want to smoke and make a play of their own right now. The way they're grouping up would indicate towards the smoke of the seat. They have one of the Zeus. Nope. Looks like they're just going to walk in and try and catch A5 inside their own jungle.
I think Pasol knows that Job Easy is around. A35 smoked as well. Bit of Malice followed up by the Crush. I see an Omni Flash elsewhere. Negi gets the kill on the Evil Ash. They're moving on to Job Easy. They'll bring down the captain of Entity. 2 supports brought down by Aggressive 5. And this might be a tier 2 for them.
Yeah, with every single pick-off that they get, you know, there's an added value in the fact that Pasol steals intelligence and gets stronger as this game continues.
Yeah.
Despite it being just 2 supports, they'll still be able to do some damage on this tier 2 and maybe even take it down now, which should make it worth their while to pop that smoke in the first place. But look at Monkey King, he's waiting, ready to jump in here. Doesn't quite have the mana finished up just yet. They'll have to sacrifice that tier 2 power. I'll have split pushes mid.
Swifty is chilling, quite literally. I mean, I guess he's even leaving his keyboard and all tabbing at points. He's been spending an absurd amount of time in the trees. I have not seen Swifty play like this since forever.
Yeah, it's nice to see Entity with the R&R every now and then. I mean, I do get that they're burning out a bit. They've been, over the last couple of months, things haven't exactly gone their way. The Summerland wasn't a wild success for them, I have to admit, and you know, they didn't have too much success at the TI Open qualifiers a little earlier than that either. However, their sights have been set forward. We know that they made some changes, and while they might seem like they're goofing around now, I'm sure they've started to kick it into high gear to take things to the next level with the upcoming RG Masters PH qualifiers that they're going to be playing, and of course, their attempt at the Hyderabad line of the ESL India Premiership fall season. With all that thought, here comes a thing running forward.
There's a bit of malice there with the Wukong Saman, with the global silence though keeping them at bay. A35 along with the Lina managed to team up, bring down the Necroforce. The Laguna Blade was committed. Swifty in the middle of the Wukong Saman, but they don't care. They move on to a big, they bring him down. That's a killing spree taken away from the Razor. Swifty being chased, they have the corrosive haze, the vision is there. No mischief can keep you alive from the Lina at that point, and Pinkman will manage to catch out job easy. That's still a teamwork coming out from Aggressive 5, and they're going to get some objectives on the back of this.
And again, Pasol walks away much wiser here with this battle, completed with him staying alive. 32 soul and intelligence, man. It's really starting to look like a problem for Entity Gaming with Pasol as the support who's about to dish out a truck ton of damage if he gets more points in this game. Not to mention the fact that Day5 did is a single hero in that entire skirmish. They walk away with Bloodstone charges on paddling as well, and they get Roshan after a 5-man wipe. That's as devastating as the blows could come for Entity Gaming.
Yeah, it's a solid performance coming on from Aggressive and a lot of credit for Pinkman with the control and that bit of malice is an absolute pain in team fights. Right? I mean, it pretty much just covers a lane and you walk anywhere around that. You're controlled, you're rooted. It's a pest to deal with, especially when you build all this movement speed. You have to be all the more careful with your positioning with heroes like the Razor and the Monkey King. Yeah,
but it's still not over until the Fat Lady sings, really, because wait, what?
What?
Monkey King queued up a Midas.
Okay.
So they looks like they're seriously hunkering down for the late game, but
has the Fat Lady sung for you yet?
I don't know.
Has Fat Man Gaben sung?
I think the music has started at the very least. I wouldn't say she started singing just yet, but this is really dangerous for Entity Gaming, man. And it would be a shame if their first loss came with something clowny like this.
I mean, it's not a shame really. I guess they know they're clowning around and they probably accept the fact that they might end up losing this. If they're so confident and they end up picking such clowny picks, I guess they might end up accepting the loss as well. But Pinkman mid lane wants to make sure that Aggressive takes this one. He finds job easy with the initiation and it's an easy kill for paddling. More Bloodstone charges to work with.
You know how there's a running joke actually that Pasol, this was a long time ago and it's no longer the case, but when Pasol was just a casual player, he used to always show up for every single giveaway that was happening in the Indian community. That's
even now.
Pushed it over into his gameplay, man. He's here for every little bit of free intelligence that he can get. They're going high ground with this. I mean, is this really enough? Ages, no global silence. Well, global's actually back in 10 seconds, so why not?
5 healing ward, A35 to just run climb.
And a 10-second BKB on paddling.
Look at this, a big full movement speed, runs right in. Evil Ash did manage to steal Firestorm, so that's a little bit of high ground defense going in favor of Aggressive. Pinkman was scouting in the trees for Bocarino, but didn't manage to find them. Now we've got the ATOS coming online for the Necroforce, but is it too little too late?
Yeah, I mean, if they see this Midas on Swifty, that's really an invitation for Aggressive to just push right now. Monkey King, he spent about 2k gold, a little more than 2k gold actually, to pick up an item that adds no real value in team fights. It's an item that helps secure his late game if the game continues on for a little longer.
Yeah. So the plan for Swifty is now to just farm, right? As much as possible.
Absolutely. But you know, if Aggressify sees this, they need to punish this right now. They've got the kills. They're gonna pop a smoke, look for a free pick-off before they push Arpan, and if they can make this work, it's gonna be near perfect for them. Strong, or rather bad lane, popping out Kane Rune and starts to make his way away, but here comes Slaughter. Can't quite find a Bing, but he sees him in the lane. They're just positioning themselves perfectly here with Bokurino a long way away. They start to fight on the Bing, they start to blow him up as well, committing everything but the kitchen sink on his head, and then healing back up with the Greaves from A35. This is as good as it gets, man. 60 seconds, no Razor, Aegis in your pocket, global silence available, and high ground is yours for the taking.
And this is job easy without Thunder God's Wrath. So,
or
I mean,
a TP scroll for that matter.
Yeah, so he's going to do the... Oh, creep.
Oh yeah,
you could Dark Rift on them. You could Dark Rift on them. I don't know if you want to.
That's okay, man. But this play has essentially saved their lives, Entity Gaming. That quick play would have been all they needed to go up onto the high ground A5. But because of that cheeky play from Job Easy, they're going to have to now switch gears and move towards mid. It buys them about 10 seconds of time. But the push is coming
the mid tower is already taken a fair bit of damage. Evil Ash, does he still have the Firestorm? I see Natos coming out. They are controlling Negi here. The Reaper sight was there, but it was not enough. Negi is just going to shrug it off, walk it off. He's got the Greaves coming off cooldown in 30 seconds, but Paddling wants to go. 50's built up the Jingu Mastery stack. The tier 3 tower is falling incredibly low, and it looks like Aggressify will end up getting it. Atos comes out onto A35, but where's the follow-up? It's just not there for Entity.
I mean, I still think they should continue pushing. I don't know why they're running away from this. I guess, okay, they're gonna go Shrines first and then come back, but it's probably a bad idea. You still have the global, you know that there's no Reaper side.
It's time wasted, it's time bought for Sophie to farm a little bit more with that Midas.
Yeah, I can't agree with this. I think A5 should have continued to barrel down middle lane.
Yep.
No, there was no Reaper side, there's Midas, Monkey King, there's Global Silence available. All the tools were ready on the side of Aggressify to take barrage right there, but for lack of a better word, they proceed out.
I don't know, maybe the plan for Aggressify is we end up taking the next fight, win it, and get more than a lane of barracks. But
I mean,
they could have done that with
going
bottom.
up against a Monkey King that's yet to hit his stride and a Razor that's slowly getting to that point of being unkillable, right? You don't want to face up against a Razor who's got armor, magic immunity, and that Manta to shrug off the silence. It's going to be a tall order to bring him down. Not to mention potential Blade Mail on Bokurino that's coming out next, which means that he can stand on the front lines regardless of whether or not the global silence is pop.
Aggressify backed out, popped his smoke, and came back to the lane. But Job Easy ended up breaking that smoke for them.
Yeah,
And,
I really think the pressure is on A5 to finish this now. They've also got themselves a good 11k net worth lead.
They've lost the Aegis.
That's gonna spook them.
I guess it's okay if they're keeping Entity pushed back to their base, at least for now. So they are pulling ahead in terms of net worth. They need to be on their toes though if Entity decide to group up, push the waves a bit, and maybe pop a smoke. That's how I see Entity coming back into this game.
So, you know, just taking stock of what Entity Gaming has right now. For that global silence, Bing's gonna have two ways to deal with it. One with the Manta, one with the BKB. We've also got the Greaves finished up on the Bokurino Necrophos. He'll be able to shrug that off himself. The Manta, near complete for the Monkey King, which essentially means that Pasol's efficacy is going to reduce by quite a large margin, and there's 3 heroes that can shrug off almost everything he brings to the table. Once those 3 are wiggling around, regardless of the global being popped, I think it's really going to boil down to whether or not they have enough firepower or a good enough initiation coming out from Pinkman to start the fight.
Necrophos had that Greaves for a while. I'm not sure if that's going to be the defining factor when it comes to the next engagement between Aggressify and Entity. But yeah,
definitely. But I mean, the BKB on Razor is going to be the defining
absolutely. Factor. That's going to be crucial. So Pinkman and the Underlord won't have any answers to deal with the Razor. Immediate Atos coming out on the Underlord, but a crush comes out from Pinkman. The Omni slash follow up from Negi. There's the global we spoke about. The Greaves was popped. Bokurino stays alive through it all, but I don't think Swifty's going to be that lucky. He's going to be brought down, forced to buyback. That's a Manta style that's been delayed. And look at this. This is going to ditch and run. Aggressive 5. They come into your home, they shoot you in the foot, and they just run away without taking anything.
That was so cheeky from them. But that's a massive economic blow that's been dealt.
They did this yesterday as well. They did this versus IQ. This is A35's signature move on the Underlord.
This is Pussy Dota at its finest.
Pussy Dota.
But it's working. I can't really fault them for him. It's working wonders.
Yeah, I mean, they blew global, they blew Omni Slash, regroup, get your cooldowns in your favor, you forced out a buyback on 50, do this all over again. That's
but
a poor
if
monkey
you're 50,
kill.
you've got to be so triggered, man. He died for no real value. He bought back with no real value coming their way. They're so desperate, they popped a smoke and gone on a hunt. But
Yeah.
A5, nope. We will embody the pussiness and stay back under our towers. He will not find us.
They are aggressive, I know what's up. Yeah, they've really... They're a different side altogether. Reaper side being committed on the Lina, it's not enough even with the boundless strike. Pinkman gets a good crush, the Wukong's command is out, but Jobby is brought down with the Laguna. Negi giving chase with the Blade Fury, no diffusal. In fact, he's got diffusal, but he's not using it. Elsewhere, Bing pops the BKB, he wants to man fight, he's got 300 stolen damage. He brings down Negi, he's moving on to A35. You can't pussy out of this one, he says. And he gets 2 valuable kills on 2 cores on the side of aggressive 5. Entity might have just got the break that they were looking for.
They actually had a deal dude on a Bing and he stole another 224 damage on top of it. So there was no way that Juggernaut was going to survive if Bing got his claws into him. Good stuff from Padlock though. I mean, they got a Glimmer Cape thrown on him while the Reaper side, etc. were being committed on his head.
Pasol wants to chase with the Arcane Curse. Pinkman has vision, shuts up with the Corrosive Haze, so they keep eyes on Pochettino. Paddling follows up with the LSA, it's on point, but Bing goes for round 2. Steals a little bit of damage, pushes them back. Pochettino with the Greaves dispels that Corrosive Haze, and he's going to get out of there. Pinkman a second too late though.
He's got Lina meanwhile keeping bottom and moving, tipping to the shrine bottom and moving inside the enemy jungle. She does have the Laguna Blade available, the Shadow Blade is back online, and she's going for the Daedalus, so no Orchid, no Bloodthorn, just straight up raw Daedalus. Paddling is building towards a heavy physical DPS build in this late game, and realizes that there's no real value in getting that Orchid or Bloodthorn when they've got Mantas and TVs finished up on the other side.
Yeah. Raw DPS makes so much more sense than a Bloodthorn at this point. But wouldn't a little more control be nice? Just to deal with the Bing. I mean, physical damage versus a Razor, is that the best way to deal with him, or wouldn't you rather have lockdown?
I think physical damage in general, because you can't really rely on a Juggernaut to walk in and slice and dice. He is going to be the primary target to steal damage from for that Razor.
But Razor with stolen damage from BKB versus Lina with the Deadlift, I think Razor wins that fight. You're sort of relying on your team to provide lockdown.
You are, but you also got to remember that it's a Lina that has a Shadow Blade and a fair bit of control with the LSA. So it's not, you know, in Dota you never really have like a one-on-one fight in the river when no one else is protect. So I don't think it's a fair comparison to compare Razor with his items versus Green Arrow items.
No, I mean, this isn't the Dota 2 India Facebook page. I'm not going down that road.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. I'm not firing shots at anyone. I'm part of that community as well. I make my own ridiculous posts.
Maru with Abyssal Blade. How to counter Cosmic Iron.
The current one is how to counter Sniper with Agnem Scepter. That's the current one. I mean, I don't know what games these people are finding, but I never find these games, man. Where we have snipers who build Ag Scepter and divide rapiers and sit and headshot you.
I'm pretty sure you're going to get flamed on your page today. You don't know anything, noob caster, Sniper, Ag Scepter.
Yeah. But yeah, the next Roshan is up. Vision for the time being around the Rosh pit is in favor of Entity, and it should be that should be the case, especially when you got a Zeus in your side. Negi's a little too scared of this Razor. He's traumatized after that fight. His season post the Blade Fury, not having any of this. Don't want to.
He was. Come on, to be fair, he was walking up to the high ground there and he got tagged with the plasma field. So he's gotta expect that he's being jumped.
So they're in the pit. They did manage to get the cliff forward away from Entity. Abing walks in with the plasma field. Roshan dropping low. Can anybody smash it? Those 50 is not at the right place at the right time. Pigment with the crush onto two. It's on point. An immediate boundary strike comes out. The Laguna is there. Oh, I missed it. Jobby Easy smashed the Aegis in the middle of all of that. Abing though might end up going down. Jobby Easy's Aegis has been taken away. The global silence is there. Jobby Easy still in the pit. Negi sees him, goes in with the defusal. The LSA and the control is there. They bring down the Zeus. They take away his Aegis. But Entity, they're going to find safe retreat on the back of that Zeus kill.
Okay, so Zeus...
How did he snatch it?
Just snatched the 4-star in, took the Aegis, took the cheese as well.
Aye.
This is... And then he just left his keyboard. My job is done here.
Okay.
You guys handle the rest.
So aggressive fight, take down Roshan. They don't have Aegis or cheese, but they're going to march down the bottom lane.
Anyway.
They still have a net worth advantage.
How does this happen, man? This is one of the most cloudy games I've seen in the ESL India Premiership so far.
Yeah, I mean, if ESL India makes Dota WTF videos, this game should feature. It's on the top of my list.
Anyway, Paddling doing what he does best, standing back and clearing up on that tower. Abing though runs at him and steals some damage. This is the window though. The static link is on cooldown. There's the Laguna along with the LSA. Paddling just decides to turn and run instead.
Yes, that was a wasted Laguna because Necro's pretty much going to heal up. The cheese can also be transferred. It's on Abing right now, but he walks into the pit of malice. The LSA will miss this time around. Bokrino's there with the Atos, but he takes the crush to the face. Negi jumps in, ends up getting caught with the boundary strike. Evil Ash goes in with the stolen crush. They've controlled Negi. They've brought him down. Stolen crush, excuse me. And once again, A35, he's going to push it out of there. But it looks, what was the plan, Aggressive 5?
What did
I have no idea.
I mean, it's almost as if A35 said run, and Paddling said fight. So he BKB'd and started turning around, but then A35 says, nope, come back with me to the fountain quiet. That was, again, A5 just making a mess of that fight all over the place. Casual Laguna blade thrown out on one side. Negi decides to jump in Manta style and get stunned up. And, you know, Pinkpin jumps in without his teammates being ready to back him up at the opportune moment as well. There's just no communication between the Aggressive 5 players, and Entity Gaming are just dancing all around them because of this. And that's where the movement speed both builds from the Razor as well as the Monkey King are really starting to help. That Atos, by the way, from Bokrino is adding so much value. 16-second cooldown, time and time again, he's just throwing it out on whoever he can, and they're following up with whatever minuscule bits of damage, a boundless strike, a fade bolt, and maybe a thunderbolt on top of it. Just ensuring that whoever gets hit with the Atos takes a bit of damage and is forced to back up and heal before the fight breaks out.
Yeah. The boundless strike and even Evil Ash with that stolen crush controlling Negi for all. And finally the Reaper's side doing his work, but Aggressive either had enough, they're not clowning anymore. Negi has a blink dagger, so he's got that little bit of mobility, can move on to the backlines, maybe bring down Boxing as soon as possible. And what is Swifty got? He's got the Manta style complete. He's building into the Basher. Not sure if it's going to come in good time for him. But yeah, Aggressive Fire on the hunt, Entity sitting in their base.
Do
you think Aggressive Fire should just risk it and go high ground?
Look, you know, if you have to summarize this game, they missed their timing window when they had that Aegis advantage, and you know everything was on cooldown from the Reaper's side, etc.
Right.
A5 decided not to go high ground, then they decided to go to the Shrine, and you know, because that happened about what 10-15 minutes ago, Swifty's Midas is slowly starting to add up and pay dividends. Not in terms of gold so much, more in terms of the EHP that he's getting. He's chosen to go for the plus 275 health as opposed to the Jingu Mastery damage, by the way. So he's just looking
Evil Ash links in dangerously. The BKB is there on Paddling, but can they bring him down? Abing wants to man up versus the Lina. He pops a BKB of his own, but both teams are disengaged. The Global Silence has come out. The Wukong's command being forced out from Swifty as well. And now Entity's high ground defense looks all more weaker.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's no Global Silence on the side.
Abing has a butterfly. There is no Global Silence, but Abing has a butterfly. How did he bring him down?
This is a really, really hard kill now. We've hit that point where Abing is almost unkillable, and Monkey King is quite mobile as well. It's kind of looking like Entity's game right now. But
Yeah.
A5, even though they're the ones threatening high ground, they're doing so without having enough in their firepower. Arsenal.
Pinkman pushed his luck. Nagy is linked in as well. The Omni Slash is there. It's being split by 3 heroes on the side of Entity. Does no real significant damage, but the Laguna is there. They take down Evil Ash. Then moving on to Bocarino. The Diffusal Blade did take away the Ghost Shroud. But once again, it's A35. And it looks like Aggressify are going to pussy out once again.
I think Evil Ash was just having fun there. They got hit with a 3-man LSA and Evil Ash blinked in and ran around them like he wanted to say me too, me too. It's just messing around now. This is basically summarizing the game in one line. Bocha, don't run.
He's run away from the Entity house and now he's running away from the bottom lane. Bocha at his finest.
But really, I think Entity Gaming, while they're having a lot of fun here, they're slowly starting to win this game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Aggressify have just not capitalized when they had the advantage, and now they're paying the price for it.
I mean,
there's going to be a lot of responsibility on the Lina to dish out damage now. It's also at that point where the Deadlist is starting to look like a poor item choice, as opposed to picking up an MKB.
Yeah. I don't think he was keeping track of a Bing. And it looks like he's building into...
Lincoln's. He's actually picking up a Lincoln's Sphere for himself.
What? I thought he was going sheep stick.
Lincoln's it is.
Oh, so that Razor doesn't steal damage from it?
I think it's probably for the Razor static link as well as the Reaper's side to a certain extent.
Okay. But Paddling needs MKB as well. And I'm curious to see what item he ends up dropping.
I don't think
you dropped the Bloodstone or the Shivers.
I don't think.
I think you dropped the
No, I don't think you drop anything at this point. If anything, you put it in your
backpack.
Probably swap it in with your boots every now and then. But that's also a really risky thing to do. Then you're completely immobile and you're relying on just being in the right place at the right time every single time.
Okay, so once again, Aggressify grouping up in this bottom lane. A35 has the Dark Rift at the ready. That's what's crucial in these fights. But here he gets lifted with the telekinesis. The pop that Lincoln's, the Reaper side is there. But the damage isn't. A Bing pops a BKB. The Wukong's command forced out from Entity once more. And it looks like Aggressify, they're just going to back up and go again.
Well, but they did pop the BKB as well as the global silence on the side of A5.
Ooh, Nagy jumps in. He wants a kill. Pinkman surges forward aggressively. The crush is there on Swifty. Can they bring him down though? That Omni Slash only tickles at this point. Nagy trying to focus down Bocarino, but here's the Soul with all that stolen intelligence. He was there for the giveaway, and the goodies did deliver. Now they control the Bing, who eats the cheese finally with the corrosive haze, turns around, mans up, wants to bring down Nagy. A lot of kills going in favor of Aggressify. Paddling still manning up, the LSA will miss, the Crush will miss as well. It's an absolute disaster from Aggressify, but it seems like they've won the team fight. The racks are there, so they're taking the Greaves, comes out, bit of malice to control the Bing. Is there any follow-up from Pinkman? Not yet. A35 moves on to the structures. They wanted to do some structural damage. Finally, this is what Aggressify been hoping for the entire mid-game. And they're here, taking racks. Evil Ash comes in with the telekinesis, Pinkman with the follow-up crush. He should be a dead Rubik, but he's got the Glimmer Gate. It's keeping him alive a little while longer, but a Bing stealing damage, doing damage, manages to bring down... manages to be taken down actually. My bad.
So there's a fine line between being a pussy and being disciplined, and I think this time around Aggressify were on the discipline side of that line. They've done well, they managed to get themselves multiple kills, they've finally gotten on the same wavelength in these team fights, and because of that, they're going to find themselves 3 lanes of barracks, and for the first time in the ESL India Premiership, Entity Gaming are going to lose a game to an Indian team, or an all-Indian team, but nope, A35 chooses to run.
And Paddling gets the kill. That last attack flying out towards Jobby easy. Entity have had enough fun. It's back to solo MMR and serious stuff at the home once more.
Yep, but props to A5, man. They've not only taken on IQ, they've also taken on Entity Gaming in this particular season. And you know, one thing's for certain, they've essentially secured their slot in the Masters League for Fall Phase 2 as well.
Okay, and yeah, I mean, Fall Phase 2 is going to get a lot more interesting with Genesis and possibly even Signify coming into the mix. But yeah, we'll have the relegation matches later this month, next month actually. Anyway, that's it as far as today's Dota 2 broadcast is concerned. My name is Vivek. With me was Cloud Ekran, social media at facebook.com/vivekcasting and facebook.com/therealcloudx. GG, well played, and good night.